Hey kids, Mark Miller here. Welcome to another episode of Code Rush. I'm going to be working in Code Rush in Visual Studio. Fred's here with me. Fred, how you doing? Fred's good. Let's get some music going up here. And today we're just going to have a relaxed day, a little bit of a chill day. I'm not going to stress too much about the code, but I'm going to make a push towards quality. Wish I could move my face back and forth like bam, like that at the end. Kobe South is with us. Welcome. Audio is a touch harsh. My audio. Thank you for that. You're right, it does look a little bit harsh. It also is like right up against me here. Let's move that out a bit. How's that? A little bit better? Looks good to me. Looks good. Levels look good everywhere else. Yeah, voice. Okay. Thanks so much, Codebase Alpha, making the show better just by being here. Let's hide the scroll. Yesterday, we'll kind of show where we left off here. Yesterday, we managed to get Thomasina's longbow come up. This question is being asked to me now because she's got multiple ammunitions. The ammunitions are defined out in the player spreadsheet right in here. So she's got some ice arrows, which is declared right in there, 20 of them. And she's got some normal arrows and normal bolts. The ice arrows, there's the name, there's the extra damage done by them right there. And this is the hue shift. So if we were to choose an ice arrow, say let's use that. There you go. We got the 190 hue shift that you see up there. The magic effect on it. It sees that it's a magic effect. The hue shift takes it to that kind of blue color, which works with the ice arrows. And I think we're pretty cool, right? We've got this ice arrow effect on that. On the weapon. So the weapon is a normal weapon, but it's using this extra effect. So now when we roll the dice, if we come over here, you can see there's the +3 because she loaded this. If we're just to close this down and pick a regular arrow like this, it's a +2 piercing and no extra +1 damage on the cold. Although I think there's a bug here. At first I thought this was really good because we were combining the modifier to here, but it kind of does matter how much damage is done piercing and how much damage is done cold. Because some creatures are resistant to piercing and some are resistant to cold or immune to piercing. I think elementals, for example, are totally immune to piercing. So adding one over here doesn't make any sense, but adding one to the cold does make sense. Also, similarly, it makes sense to report that damage back. I think this may be what the show's about, is fixing this bug. That's what I think we're going to do. All right, let's go look at it. First, we're going to look at the combination piece that's occurring. We'll do that. Now, you never see an earring on an elemental. It's true. You never see that. Okay, so let's see if we can find that code, where that change is being made. Let's hide the scroll. And let's see. It is, I think it's in here. Die roll details. Come on, thought it was there. Let's do this. Let's search for die roll details. There. So +1 for magic, +d4 for cold. Yeah, kind of the way it works is if it was just a +1 by itself, it would be, that's the magic, and then that +1 is added to, I think, both the attack and the damage. But if I actually specify, hey, it's 1d4 cold plus 1, like that, I just put that in the chat room, then that plus 1 should modify the d4 cold damage, and at the end we should get a report of how much damage is done and what kind of damage is done. So die roll details is this cool thing that takes a string and turns it into a list of rolls. That's what it's got. And it doesn't have the ability to combine. Add roll. Nice. Existing roll, same side with the same descriptor, and then it'll combine them. So add roll is what I really want to call. Okay, so let's tap index reference on die roll details here. I've got some tests here. Let's see if I can tab through all those tests. Okay, this is in the spell when it figures out what to calculate, what to do with the spell. This is in the die roll. Here we go. This is the code we were modifying yesterday. And here's the line of code that combines the mods right here. Mod from ammunition plus the damage modifier. What we should do instead, well, I think we should set a breakpoint here. Let's set a breakpoint here and kind of see what happens as we play with this. Let's bring up the longbow, take a regular arrow. Damage modifier is 2. The dice is 1d8 plus 2 piercing, so it already says that. I'm not actually using the modifier. I commented out some code here. I'm going to strip that all the way out. And let's go in and let's say that we want to, I think what we want to do is we're good here. Mod from ammunition bonus does not have anything yet. So I'm going to set a breakpoint here. Yeah. And I think I know what I need to do. C# Fritz is rating with a party of 99 kids. Welcome to the show. C# Fritz, how you doing, buddy? Good to have you with us. Webface CA, Stelzy79, MStewGT, C# Fritz speaks, and the hat cometh. Doing well. Here comes the hat, kids. Look out. I know what I'm doing floating in the air like this. Amazing fanfare for C# Fritz. I wish I could hear you, C# Fritz. It's like, talking to you is so reassuring. It's like that reassuring voice you have. Boom Boom's out there. Class and race features, those are always fun. How am I this morning? I don't know. I'm okay. I'm like this. Any interesting emails? Uh-oh. Sounds like I should be checking my email. Have not checked my email yet. I'm nervous about popping this up here. Let's see what happens. What screen it's going to go to. Gotta hit get ready to hit a button just in case to hide everything. Maybe I'll wait till later. What am I working on? David Snyder 404 is asking. I am working on a Dungeons and Dragons control system for a live Dungeons and Dragons stream where we've got different players. So the idea is I want to create like ESPN level special effects and titles to help with play-by-play of a live Dungeons and Dragons game. That's what I want to do. So, as an example, there's my character right up there. And you can see we're showing some of the stats. So in TypeScript, we built this guy right here. We built the animation engine behind it. We're talking, and the app right here that you're seeing, that is built in WPF and C#. And so it's communicating with each other using Signal R. And that's kind of what's going on. In fact, even the music you're hearing right now is a custom sound system we built here on the stream. So, and let me do this. Let me just stop that for a second because we'll show you something we just recently built here. I'm going to switch over to the Stream Deck control deck for the Dungeons and Dragons game. I'm going to hit the audio button here. Let me bring up my Stream Deck so you can see what my buttons are. These are the buttons I'm looking at, and the Dungeon Master has one of these Stream Decks as well. So if we're in an inspirational moment, they just hit this inspirational button right here, and that's going to start up some inspirational Dungeons and Dragons music. Like that. And we also we used the same object to build a weather system. So it was just a matter of just coming in here and typing in change weather rain right down in there to get access to start the rain. So we just hit the rain button and you can hear it. And we have individual controls, just 3 buttons for different volumes here, loud, normal, and low. So we can, make that rain low or we can make it loud like that. How's it going, babe? Everything's great? Yeah, you have a question? Just come right on in and ask it, because it's not like I'm live streaming to 100 people right now. But go ahead. What's your question? Oh, she's like 100 people. I'm in.
Hi.
There you go. Dusty Posse's out here. His whole setup is clipping. Check your gain. Check it. It looks good to me here. Clipping. Is the whole thing, Mike, is a little over-modulated. Check your email on your phone, is what C# Fritz says. All right, I'll do that. I'm wondering if the sound is fine. Boom Boom says, hello, lady. I've had problems, C# Fritz.
What's Boom Boom's going to be like?
All right, C# Fritz wants me to check my email here right now. I got my Microsoft Build registration confirmation. That's good.
Wait, you have messages on your inbox from yourself.
Yeah, that might be happening. Let's see what else is going on over here. Amtrak, MVP Global Administration. It's an email from the MVP acceptance. They always like to rush the rejections to me.
Thin envelope.
and they taunt me. Here, Mr. Miller, congratulations. We're pleased to present you with the 2020-2021 Microsoft Most Valuable Professional MVP Award. In recognition of your exceptional technical community leadership. What the heck?
Can we get another glass statue?
Yeah, we might have that happen. That's awesome! C# Fritz, I can't believe you knew that. Okay, let's turn on the rain, shall we? It's a bright sunny day. We're going to hit the sunny day right up there.
I have a question for you.
Just a second, there's some thunder coming. All right, let's turn that volume down. What's your question?
We can't find the plug for the deep fryer. Do you have any leads on that? Anybody out
By
there?
where the deep fryer was, that's where I would look for it. Like all in the pantry area.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Okay. That's a lot of people want to know. Does Roy get one too? Yeah, Roy should totally get one. Thank you, C# Fritz. Thank you, Microsoft. I'm trying to do my best to not be, bring, horrendous, regret in everybody's mind for that decision.
Does this mean we get to go to the MVP party?
Oh yeah, the virtual one that's going to happen right here at my desk.
Yeah, it's a Zoom party.
Yeah.
Great.
No, we're not using Zoom. It's Lenny. What did I miss? So I'm just talking about some of the things that we're building here. So these are these buttons are for the Dungeon Master to hit these, right? The cool thing is like if we get to a really bittersweet moment, we can just hit that button right there, and then the music will just fade out into the other one.
We're not going to get to a bittersweet moment on our show. Do you know that?
You never know.
It's mostly just bitter.
Mostly just bitter? Huh. Nope, not using Zoom. Yeah, that's that is true. Kids who are interested for it, this is a link to the other show. That is that's a not safe for everybody kind of show. We might say some bad words on that.
Or boundaries?
You'll like that. No, you'll like that. Our Dungeon Master needs to set more boundaries, though, I think.
Yeah, it's his fault.
So anyway, so anyway, that's that. And if you go out there, there's an all-ladies version. My wife is producing a second one.
Where are you? We need your help.
We need your help, Geniscu 7. Where are you? Geniscu 7 has arrived.
Here, I have.
That's one of our fanfares for our VIPs here. Is the sound okay still, or does it sound like I'm underwater? Or are we okay? Yeah, not on Wednesday. Missed opportunity. Check So yeah, that is, so give us a follow out there if you're interested in Dungeons & Dragons. It's irreverent. It's, I think, pretty funny. There's some highlights out there you can take a look at if you're interested in them. So that's some of the things we did. Yesterday, we made it so that Thomasina, who's got a longbow, can choose her ammunition. And she can pick, for example, an ice arrow. And so she'll bring that up right there. We're now looking through this, and we were noticing, let me just run this. We were noticing that there was a slight bug in the way we were combining the magic from the arrow with the regular dice. So normally she's got a 1 straight plus 2 piercing. And the magic from the arrow, let's go bring up the sheet here, adds 1d4 plus 1 right there. Cold damage. So that's cold damage, not piercing damage. So the combination is wrong. And if we look at the code, it's kind of, I want to say kind of a little bit gross what I'm doing here to fix this. I actually wrote the code yesterday and already I'm like, yeah, I'm not liking it so much. I'm calling dice roll details from, passing in the original dice, and then to combine them, I'm calling join here, which I'm really not liking so much. Let's get into this breakpoint again one more time. So we'll come in longbow again, bring up an ice arrow. So now we're going to get inside here, and this mod from ammunition, I think I don't even want to care about anymore because I'm getting it up here, and I'm also getting the ammunition bonus. I think what I really want to do is I want to say I want to kind of rewrite this whole method. I want to come up here and I want to say, hey, I want to get like a bonus dice roll, bonus die. That's what I think I want to call this. By the way, one of the biggest things, the biggest changes that I think gets me on the right track to writing the right code is renaming. Right? When things aren't right, the first thing I start doing is I start looking at what's the better name for this. So I'm going to call this bonus die, and I want it to be more flexible, not just apply to if I have an ice arrow loaded in my bow, but I also want it to apply in the case that maybe I've got a spell that's giving me some sort of bonus. It is sounding a little underwater, says deep water. So yeah, if you guys want me to restart the stream, I can try that. I've had this problem with OBS, and shutting everything down and restarting seems to recover. It doesn't happen all the time, but let me actually, let's go take a look, and I'll take a listen out there and make sure that's not too bad. You're good? Not that big of a deal. Okay, good. So if you guys are good with that, I'm going to run with that. Let's also come over here, and we're going to go to audio, go to weather, turn off the weather, shut that down. And maybe we should get some inspirational music here so we can continue. That inspirational music, I think, is not going to get through because I'm at a breakpoint right now. So we'll just do this, and then we'll get inspirational after we do this. Okay, so now what I want to do is I've got bonus die details from. Let's see what from does. It's going to give me something no matter what. I'm just wondering if I should return a null here, is what I'm thinking about. In the event that there's nothing here. Yeah, we get all the way down here. Let's do this. I can also do this. That's going to give me one no matter what. And now if we get down to this point right here, we could say, not that, I want bonus die dot add from, add roll, there, like that. Get rid of this mod from ammunition, get rid of ammunition bonus. Then come down in here. So this from should work. I think I just want to double check this. Stir is going to be empty. Stir is going to split. Nothing's going to happen. No add rolls. All right, good. So now we're down in here, add roll. That should be good. Now I just want something to see if we've got data in here. So I want to say something like this. If bonus die, I don't know, die count is greater than 0. And let's go declare that. Let's do it with the default body, like that. And what do we got here? What's the property? It's called rolls. So I'm going to say if that is null, then we're going to return 0. I'm just using CodeRush to write this code quickly here inside Visual Studio. And otherwise, we're going to say return rolls.count. So now we just need to check to see if die count is greater than 0. And if it is, then we're going to come in and do something with the bonus die. And I think here's my temp dice roll here. Then I think what I want to do here is I want to say temp dice roll dot add, but not add roll. And I want to pass in my bonus die. Like that. I want the temp dice roll to figure it all out. And the dice roll details is different from a dice roll, right? Dice roll is something we're actually about to send out and roll. The details is just the details right there. Nice CodeRush update received today. The ambience is a little different. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna implement this. We don't need to worry about the first offset being modified. No. This, how do I get my dice string? It's got a 2 string on it. Okay, so then we're gonna say this dot 2 string. Okay, so now we just got to implement add right here. Okay. Now what I think I want to do is this, is do a for each on what? On the rolls. Let's see what other fields we have here in this whole thing. Yeah, it's really just the rolls. That's the most interesting part here. So I'm going to iterate through each roll. I'm going to say, then I'm going to go into this and I'm going to say add, but I'm going to pass in the roll. Maybe I'll rename this to add details. This we're going to say add roll. Let's declare the method. I think we've got already an add roll in here. There's one right there. So this takes dice string and spellcasting modifier ability modifier. That's default out to min value. We don't need that. This from here to here looks like it could become essentially add roll. It's going to do that, and then we'll take out this. So there's add roll there, and there's add roll here. And then I think that's going to work. Then we can take care of we can use the logic already built in to do the combinations. So let's see what we can do here. Let's go back up to the top because I think bonus die, does it have something in it? I guess it must if we're here. Or no, I used edit and continue. So let's come back up to the top. Let's see if we can F10 our way through. Oh, it looks like we can't. See what's happening here? The editor or the debugger is not highlighting the whole line. That's a bit tip off that edit and continue was not able to catch up with the changes I make, which sometimes happens if I'm in a low-level DLL that I'm making changes to. So I'm just going to kill the app, run it again. Let's set a breakpoint here because that's interesting, and we've got a breakpoint right here as well. That's kind of cool. Found out on the show I got MVP status. Woo! Okay. Congrats. Thanks so much, Deepwater. Yeah. Okay. Okay, longbow. Let's grab an ice arrow. All right, so we're here. The damage bonus string is 1d4 cold plus 1. Cool. Boom. Come down to here. This is wrong. This is not great. Hold on, I want to change this. I need a string right here. Oh, it's die to roll here, like this. We come down here. See, die to roll is equal to that. Otherwise, die to roll is equal to this. We need to, it's one of those two numbers, one of those two strings we got to work with. Then if we come down here, then we're going to say from die to roll, right? It was that, action shortcuts dice. Now we're going to go die to roll, add the bonus to it, and then we're going to set this. Otherwise, we're going to say, hey, that's equal to die to roll. That's better. Okay, back up here. That part's true. Let's come here. Set next statement. Can we get this? Is that you going to allow this? No, already I can see it's not going to do it. Okay, so let's again we'll restart it. No biggie. Restart it. How's everybody doing? I think today I was like, oh man. This quarantine is starting to get tough. Okay, here we go. Longbow, ice arrow. Here's breakpoint number 1, just what we're expecting. Run. Breakpoint number 2. So there's our normal die roll. There's our 1d4 plus 1. Now, let's jump into here. Let's watch it. Add roll. Existing roll, same side, same die. So now what it's doing is it's looking for a roll that has 4 sides and the same descriptor to see if it's there, because then we can combine those. And if it's not null, we're going to add it this way. We're just going to offset, change the offset and the count. But it doesn't exist, so we're going to add this one straight out. Cool, cool, cool. Now we call toString on it. That's better. That's what we wanted. So less code and it looks better, more accurate. Run. And also, now we should be able to, before we tried to shut this down, but we were at a breakpoint. Let's stop. Click that button for the sunny sound effects. And let's go into music. Oh. Look who's here, kids.
Michael Jolly is in the house.
Let me try and get him with the arrow. Oh, got him with the dice. 17. That's a hit.
The damage.
All right. So we got the total damage there, but it would be nice. Okay, I'm late, but I better be treated better. BBB, we do nothing but treat you. I wonder if it really is 1d4 plus 1 cold here, or if it's 1 plus 1 magic damage and 1d4 cold damage. Kobe's Alpha, now I'm confused. Now you got me wondering. I'll research that and see what I find out, and hopefully I'll get you an answer by the next show. I will say that I came in and I pretty much, I think, invented this. I might have done a little bit of reading, but I came in and said, well, here's how I want to be able to specify it like that, right? So that's kind of what's going on there. Let's get our inspirational music going here. And, all right, so that was not bad. Wait, I'm not hearing my inspirational music. That's weird.
You feel inspired?
I feel inspired, but I'm not by the music. I'm not feeling inspired. Huh. Let's switch over to Coder's music. Coder's music's working. Interesting. Expression Interpreter is great. Don't get me wrong. Well, I'm not taking it as criticism, Codebase Alpha. I'm not. But I'm looking at, I'm bringing everything I know about, which is not, I'm not an expert in this, right? But this, my understanding of this is that +1 is modifying the damage for the cold. And that's often what happens is the +1 afterwards. But if you're talking about offsetting a hit that's independent from offsetting damage, I'm not sure what the syntax is for that. That's kind of what I'm thinking about right there. So, okay, so let's talk about Thomasina for a little bit here. Thomasina's character, I'll bring this up here. Tell that woman you're busy and to not interrupt you.
Me? Who is that?
That's Bald Bearded Builder.
You are going down, my friend.
You're in trouble, Bald Bearded Builder.
Well, Bill, you have no idea
She's going to come watch your show.
how dangerous I am.
Yeah, kids, if you're not already following Bald Bearded Builder, please do that. The guy produces a high quality show like all the time. Every time I'm checking in on him, I'm like, that guy's so good. I can't watch anymore because I will only have to have more therapy appointments on how bad I am compared to how good he is.
Yeah, but he's in trouble. I mean, you're not in trouble right now.
Oh. Hear that, Bald Bearded Builder? You are in trouble. Yeah, so, yeah, Kubisawa says, going down. Plus, he has added scented candles. You're right. There's something about the scented candles that I can't stop watching. Tell that lady to get her stool so we can see her. I think she just left. It's going to be too late. Well, a couple things. One is, I wanted to look at this. When we go, hold on a second. Why is that not dragging across? Are we at the breakpoint? Okay, we're at a breakpoint. Hold on. That may have been why this button wasn't working. Okay. All right. That was why. Okay. We were at a breakpoint and I didn't see it. Okay. Bald Bearded Builder says, tell that lady to get her stool so we can see her. Yeah, we know what the scent is, Deepwater. We know. We don't need to talk about it or use that word. It's a family show. BBB says, go to lock my doors. You better. That's not going to stop you. This guy's going to be right outside. Hey there. Oh, hello. You're very beautiful. Oh, my. Hey, this is a family show. Come on. What's going on? Deepwater, stop that. Okay. Keep this show going. Keep this show clean, kids. All right. She's got, so check it out. Bring up the longbow. Just a regular arrow. Her modifier is a +4. But check it out here. Her modifier is not a +4, it's a +6. What's going on? Well, after taking a look, I went into features, and it's here. Fighting style. Archery. You get a +2 bonus to attack rolls you make with ranged weapons. Okay. Well, we got to add that. And that's what we're going to do now. Let me get the music down just a little bit. I think that music's a little too loud. Boom, boom, boom. The other thing you may have noticed, the music transition changes in volume very quickly. The one thing I want to fix on that is I want a gradual transition. I'm not sure if we'll have time to work on that today, but it's one of the other things on my list. All right, fighting style. We need archery. I'm just going to right-click this, copy that, go over into our sheets, come over to our features. Now, if you're not familiar with this, is a Google Docs sheet, or Google Sheet rather, that we're storing all of the data for the game in. Because I'm not a database programmer, I don't know how to do that. I've never been a database programmer in my life. Apologies to people who are, the vast majority of developers out there who are like, what? Mark? But I'm not. All right, so I want to come in here and let's add this new one. It's called archery. Let's throw it in right here. And let's see if we can get this, figure out, make this work. So there's archery. Requires activation. It does not have activation time. It is not magic. It does not have any roll mods. Shortcut name. Are we going to have a shortcut for this? We're not. Shortcut available? No. Activate when. And now we need a check that basically says, so we've got something similar called wielding melee weapon in one hand. And I think that is declared on another sheet called properties. Let's go find that. Let's see it there. There it is right there. Wielding melee weapon in one hand is right there. Okay, so what we want is something that's like a new one that's going to be like wielding ranged weapon. Like that. We want to create something like that. And I want to attack his range. It's really just this. We could just have that check in there. Let's maybe do that. So let's do that. Let's come back over here. I think I found it's alt up and down change, go left and right in here in Google Sheets. So it's kind of an interesting discovery. I was like, oh, okay, that's how it works. All right, so we want to go back over to features right there. And so we're going to say it's activate when attack is range. Okay. Or alternatively, we have it always activated, and instead we have a right here on player raises weapon. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Let's do this. So it's always active, but when the player raises the weapon, we want to add some code here that says, say, look, if attack is range, and is equal to true, then we want to we've got a modifier out here, I think, somewhere in our character class. And I'll explain how this code works in a second for folks who are new to this. Let's go to our character class. Attacking ability modifier. Let's go back. So I think I want to create something new. I want to create a new property here. Let's close down the app. Attacking ability modifier bonus this roll, I think. Something just specific for this roll. So that will be added to and cleared. And so I want to look at some of the other this roll pieces up here. Let's go take this and move this up here, closer to them. And we're going to, this is what we're going to modify. So we're going to go... Here's what I'm looking for right here. I want to set it to 0 here when we reset the player action-based state. That's what I want to do there. And I think that might be it for what we want to do. Okay. Next, I want to modify this, but I think I want to do it with a function to do it, because I don't just want to set it, I want to increment it. Yeah, I don't know. I could do it here. I don't like the code for it. The code, our expression engine doesn't allow us to assign variables directly, I think. I have to do like a call to set and to, but I really want to say something like a get call there plus 2, I think is what the code looks like. Let's look at that right there. I'm going to download that feature. And I also have to specify now that this player has that feature. So Thomasina Cutterbuck, go out to her features, here that it is, and add archery. Okay? So now let's export this. Players. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that code. This code is not beautiful, right? It'd be so much better if our expression engine supported a plus equals, but it doesn't look like it does. I'm pretty sure this is the code we're gonna have to do. We can play with that code, but I'm pretty sure this is what we have to do. The set and get, because what this is a property on the character, they have to be routed through our set and get calls. So with that, attack is range. I'm not getting that, by the way. Attack is range. Okay, cool. Interesting. All right. Let's run it and see what happens. There's a chance this alone could just fix it if we did everything right.
Thomasina Cutterbuck.
Initialize player data. No making out on a family show. One track mind on that one. Good luck, Mark, says Bald Bearded Builder. Okay, Thomasina. Let's bring up Thomasina.
Thomasina Cutterbuck.
Okay, bring up the longbow. Regular arrow did not work. So let's good opportunity to step through the pit. So let's see what we want to jump into here. Let's grab our set function. See if it's how noisy it is. If we're going to get a lot of hits in that or not. Let's try it one more time. Bring up The longbow, ice arrow. No hits at all. Let's go to our, let's go to our features. What am I looking for here on this? On player raises weapon. When's that called? Let's go find that. On player raises weapon. There. Let's look for the trigger. Ah! It's grayed out. Well, that could explain it. That's crazy to me. Like, oh, okay. Well, that's important. Before player rolls, before player swings, or after player swings. Kind of looking at our way as we're going through after player swings weapon. Where's that called from? Yeah, these are the after roll effects. So we're looking for the raises weapon. We're looking for something like that, raises weapon. We're gonna have to start out, find the right place to make this call. Which means we probably want to start with activate shortcut. Right in there. It's gonna be, I think, in this space here. New shortcut activated. Because then we've got a new thing we're doing as opposed to a modifying shortcut. Let's go see if I get a breakpoint there when we click on longbow. Arrow 20. Okay. So now we're here. Jump inside. Current roll. Tell DM we are ready. Next die roll type. Let's tell DM we're ready. Okay, we're just going to basically say what's happening. Okay. Finally, we're going to set the UI. How do I clear shortcut UI, update UI, update state UI for player. Okay. Well, I kind of was feeling it here, but I'm not feeling it so much anymore. Hold on a second. Activate shortcut for player. Let's go back up here. Show prepared physical action in game. Also, use. This might be the place. There we go. Here's where we want to trigger it from. Right in here. So is it an attack? And do we have a weapon in hand? Now we want to say, do we have a trigger in here? We don't. What are we triggering? Hold on. A lot of stuff from the spells. I'm not seeing anything from the features in here. Activate feature, deactivate feature, get feature, spell just cast. Okay, here we go. I think we need something like this, maybe actually this. All right, let's go back to where we were. I think the code is going to look like this. We're going to do an expressions begin update and an end update. That just allows expressions that trigger changes in other expressions. It allows them to go through without recalculating their state until the end when you call it here. We're going to go through all of our assigned features, and we're going to say assign feature dot weapon raised, like that. And we're going to pass in this player. Anything else interesting in here to pass in? I don't think so. Maybe the carried weapon. I'm going to say no for now. Let's declare that. Not right now. Just back it up. Not right now, please. Pudding. No. Pudding. 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 That was tasty. All right. So now I'm in the assign feature, and it's just kind of passing things down. We're going to go into feature. Got weapon raised. On player raises weapon. Is it an on? Yeah, I don't think so. We're going to say weapon raised. That, pass in the character. I shall rename this to player. Like that. Let's go declare this. Then we're going to call trigger player raises weapon. And our arguments, I think, are going to be empty. And pass in the player right there. What's going on with the arguments in here? Hold on. Let's go look here. Trigger before player rolls dice. What are we sending in here? Get argster. Oh, yeah. Got it. Okay. We want to do the same thing here. Add parameter, get argster right there, and call this arguments. Right there. Yeah, that's coming from, that's a syntax that allows us to pass in arguments to the feature that are actually specified out here on the spreadsheet. Bet that was better than getting the MVP. A coders? Yeah, sure. I hope you sterilize that pudding. Yeah, that better be sterile pudding. Pudding. Okay, weapon is raised. So now we're triggering it. Maybe now it'll just start working because we have the code the way we want it to be. Let's run again. Longbow, arrow. Check it out. We're inside of this. We got trigger player raises weapon. It's being called. Let's see if we've got the event. There it is. If attack is in range, set attacking ability modifier bonus. Oh, you know what I did? I failed to do? Hold on. Let's run the expression. There I'm on the setter. This is just going to go through and using, it's going to use the values too. You see right there, it's going to use reflection to go in and find the field or the property. If it can find it, it's going to set the value. So there, it's just done it. The problem is I'm not actually using it. I need to intelligently use that new field that we just added. So it's not quite done. For keeping this show safe for work, I'll just pretend to be sterile. Okay, good. Keep it SFW over here, kids. That's what we're talking about. Okay, where is that property? That's it right there. So now, oops, the casting's not used. We should probably delete that. Attacking ability modifier. And I got to do this, I think, is what I got to do. Is it? No. Not here. Here. That's what I need to do. Getting attacking ability modifier. Is anybody else using this? So just tap the next reference one more time through here. It's being assigned there. Cool. Assigned there. Yeah, that's it. That's sweet. That's actually really nice. And then we've got the bonus right here. So that, I think, is now got a shot at working. Let's see if it's going to work here. Let's clear our breakpoint here. Run. Still a 4. What if we roll the attack? In other words, I'm wondering if it's changing but not updating there. I think that might be what's happening. So what's our
And
plus?
just look at that
Still a
damage.
Let's do one more. Just to make sure. Another arrow, regular arrow. Oh, there it is. It was working. It's just that we had our edit and continue. We had made changes and gone forward.
Hit.
That's what I was expecting to see. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Let's do longbow again. Let's grab an ice arrow this time. This we already stepped through and confirmed that that worked. And she's got a +6, which I love. And there's my extra damage. I still am not breaking down the damage into its individual pieces.
Look at that damage.
Because I want to report that back, right? I'm saying, look, you got a total of 12, but in some point in the future, we're going to need a breakdown of how much was cold, how much was piercing. And I think I'm not going to fix that today. That's what I think. Because that's going to involve going down into TypeScript and kind of looking at the architecture down there. And I kind of want to keep my mind up here at the top level. Next thing I want to look at for Thomasina is Thomasina has a new weapon, Frostbow +1. And this kind of goes to what Codebase Alpha you were talking about earlier with regards to what's that +1, right? Is it, are we modifying the damage dice roll or the +1 for the hit? What is it? Let's click on this and take a look at it. Let's switch to another view so it's not blocked by the chat background. You get a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. So that +1 modifies both. Once per day, you may utter the command word to activate the Crimson King's Call. And the bow freezes over in jagged white ice. Choose to end your turn, so you can end it in any of those cases right here. The cold damage is only 1d4 as far as I read it. The +1 is additional magic damage. Magic damage. Oh, that's kind of interesting. But what if I'm hit with both, like, say, fire and cold damage? In other words, let's see if we do this. Let's do a damage roll only. Let's do 1d12 fire. Comma, 1d12 cold. Right, like this. This is kind of the scenario I'm looking at right here. +1, +1. So if I do a damage only roll, and I do those two, right, and I've got an elemental that's totally resistant or invulnerable, immune to fire damage, and I have another elemental that's immune to cold. The question is, how much damage do both of those guys get? Right? And I think that the +1 to fire goes, so it's 11 fire or 4 cold. I don't think it's solved by adding the two ones together and saying, well, okay, whichever one you're most vulnerable to, you get that damage +2. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. Not really sure. And right now, this feels like kind of the way to go. I feel like it's almost also a detail that's so small. Not a lot of people play with this rule or care about it. They're just like, you know, the DM, Dungeon Master, kind of makes a decision one way or the other. All right, good. I'm glad the modifier is correct on that. So I want to think about the frostbow for a little bit, but actually before I do the frostbow, let me check. I want to check another thing because I've got Chaos Bolt, and I was noticing the modifier is wrong for this. Yeah, look at that. The modifier is 2, right here. And there's my damage health extra die. That's wrong. That I'm pretty sure. Let's go bring up my sheet. Character sheet. Here it comes. And go to my spells. And Chaos Bolt is a +6 because my spell attack is +6. For some reason, it's not using my spell attack here on the modifier. Let's hunt that down. Let's hunt that down. I think it's going to be somewhere in here. Let's start with the breakpoint there. Let me close down, hide everything here. Where do I click on it? There we go. Nice. Okay. Update spell page UI. That's going to show the spell. Pretty sure. Is that right or no? No, it just updates spell events. Okay, that's just for debugging stuff that we added. So spell preparing windups. None of this has to do with updating. Let's go look at trying to find that control. I think it's called TBX modifier text right there. So this is where we set it. Set that breakpoint. Are we going to hit it? There we go. My dice roll modifier is a 2. Okay. Set UI from roll. So let's get out of here. Let's kind of see. Kind of get back up from our call stat here. Where do we get that dice roll? We get it here. It looks like my problem is there. Let's run it. Click again. You can wait. You can house rule it however you like, of course. Yeah, I'm going to need some more research on this, I think. Let's make a breakpoint there. All right, we're in here. Get roll from. Let's see what's going on. Why are we not using the spellcasting modifier for the attack roll here? Okay. Action shortcut 2-hit modifier. Okay. The action shortcut 2-hit modifier on the spell is wrong. So we could fix it there. We could also fix it here. If it's a spell, then the modifier, the 2-hit modifier, is going to be equal to the player dot spell attack modifier, I think is what it's called. Is it spell attack bonus? Yeah, the 6. That's kind of it. Let's see what's going on with 2-hit modifier. I kind of want to fix it in both places. Just using tap to next reference. There's also a code rush feature where I can just hit a key and bring up and say jump to, I was going to say jump to assignments, but there are no assignments to this. So interesting. Okay. Let's go back. The 2-hit modifier, I want to kind of set a breakpoint here. Set next statement. Let's jump inside this. Up. Set next statement. Jump inside. Set a breakpoint because it's not going to let us F11 into it. And what's going on here? Attacking ability modifier is a -1. What's happening there? Okay, there's that. There's that. That looks like it should be correct right there. And this is where I can use that CodeRush feature to look at all the assignments right there. So just hit the CodeRush nav key button, jump to all the assignments here, take a look at them. So interesting. It's like not sure how we're getting that -1 in there. I just want to set a breakpoint on all of them, all of these assignments. Okay, it looks like I've got one on all of those. Continue. How do we jump back out to? Oh, because we were down here is where we were. Yeah, the attacking ability modifier is bizarre. All right, one more time. Click on it. Okay. -1 is here. Get attacking ability modifier. Weapon properties, attack type. Attacking type is none. Let's see what happens when we F10 into this. So we got a big fat none and none. So it thinks we're not casting a spell is the problem here. Yeah. I feel like we need to specify if it's a spell or not. That's what I think we need to do. I'm going to shut it down for a second. And I'm going to add a new Boolean in here, is spell. If is spell, then we're going to say attacking ability modifier is equal to something spellcaster, player action shortcut, player dot spellcasting ability modifier. There, right there. And then attacking modifier, what's my problem here? Is that a string? It's an int. And what is this? It's an int. What's my problem? Oh, it just was an old one. Okay, we'll update these calls in a second. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I'll add it in a second. My attacking ability is going to be player dot spellcasting ability, like that. Else, select both those. Hit the letter B to embed them in braces. Next. Okay, that feels better to me. Now, come in, let's add the parameter. We're going to make it a Boolean and is spell. And now what's going on here? We have spell in here. From weapon, so we're going to say false there. Player taking action. Here we need to figure out if it's a spell or not. So I think we're going to say action shortcut. Whoops, action shortcut dot spell is not null. Like that. You say false there. It looks like that's what we need to do. That feels like a potential fix. I'm going to clear the breakpoint. Let's run it. See if that fixes it.
Working. Thomasina.
Alright, come over here. Go to
Working,
Merkin,
Bushwhacker.
grab Chaos Bolt. Run. Good modifiers. Now a 6. Good. That's what I wanted to see. Run. Run. Good, good, good. There's my +6. Let's roll the attack. Is the +6 going to stay all the way through? We're looking for a 20.
Look at that damage.
Nice! Uh-oh, wait a second, though. Something's broken. You're supposed to use spell effects on the 7 and the 5. The lightning and the psychic damage. But we did not see spell effects on those. Oh, today is the holiday of green grass in Dungeons and Dragons calendar. Alright, let's try again. Why aren't we seeing... Roll the attack, excuse me. Yeah, we should now see the effects showing up. Underneath Chaos Bolt. We've lost those. Why is that? Set a breakpoint here. And then do it again. Roll the attack. What's my dice roll look like? Spell name is Chaos Bolt. Type is Chaos Bolt. That's looking good to me. Alright, we need to go, we're going to need to debug low level to find that one. Oh wait, Derek's working now. What's going on? Switch to level 3. Roll attack. Working now. Because I missed. Maybe because I missed, it didn't show the damage. This is a miss. What's a hit? Oh, +6. Yeah, that's it. Let's make the hidden threshold much higher. See if that was my problem. Chaos Bolt level 1. Roll the attack. Still a hit. Not high enough, apparently. Roll the attack again. Try to click on it. Nope, it's a missing something. Why wasn't it showing it? It wasn't like a load on demand issue. Everything should have been loaded. Alright, have to keep an eye out on that. At least I don't have to fix that. Okay. All right. Let's look at that crossbow. Crimson King's Call. Trying to think about how we're going to implement this rule. It's in some ways like it's a magic item. I have to give this some thought. I may not be able to do this today. Let's see what sort of how are we doing magic items in here. I think we're doing right now. We're doing it under, so if you have the ability to cast some kind of spell, you list it here, and if it's done through a magic item, you can list it here with the amount of times per day that you get it. So here the Shield of Faith can be cast 3 times a day by the Unicorn. The challenge on this is that this is kind of like a spell, but it's a spell attached to a particular weapon. So the weapon has to be held, right? The frostbow is different from the longbow. We could implement this as a spell, put Crimson King's Call into the spell list. Because that can get us the damage. That's what I'm thinking we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do. All right. There's no school of magic for this, though. So we kind of got to figure that part out here. Let's copy that. Let's go. Let's play with it. So Crimson King's Call. I don't know. What am I saying here for the level? It also doesn't have a level. Call it magic for now. No school. Transmutation, maybe? It is not a ritual. Casting time is, it's special, I bet, right? It is not a, as an action. It's an action, okay? That's the casting time on it. And I'll say its range is touch. Duration is 1 minute. And available win on casting, on get attack ability. Received on cast. So wait, not when it casts. On player prepares attack. On player attacks. That I think is the event we want to hook into. And when we get this, we want to modify the damage dice. And we've got a function out here. Is it add dice? I think it's add dice. So I think what we do here is we say add dice. So this event's only going to happen hold on. When the player's about to cast this spell. Wait, is that right? On player attacks. Called when the player is attacking with a d20 and actually rolls the dice. Called just before the dice are released. So we want to say add dice. But we want to check to see if it's ranged. So we want to say if attack is ranged, and I forget what that was. We're going to go look that up. We're going to call add dice. What is it? 1d6 cold. Like that. We need to check to see if attack is range. It's a ranged attack. All right. That feels pretty close. If attack is range, add dice 1d6 gold. The only thing I'm worried about is attack is range is going to return true, I think, even if we are doing a ranged spell attack. So I think we need to know if the weapon is in hand. And I think I want to do that. Let's close this down a second. I want to go find character. Got this readied weapon. We want to create a new property in here. Active weapon name. So if the name has something there, we're going to do that. Let's break this into two different split conditionals, two of them here. Otherwise, we are going to return the readied weapon dot name, which is going to be it's the weapon kind. Like bow, dagger, etc. Okay? And then otherwise we're going to return string.empty. So now we've got a new property called active weapon name. I'm going to JSON ignore that. Don't really, I think I have to because it's a getter only, but I'll throw it in, doesn't hurt. And now, in my spells, I can check to see. Shoot. What I was going to do is I was going to say, hey, look, if get the active weapon name equals the frostbow, I think I can do that. It's not too bad. Rationing my way out of the problem here, but this seems to be only on the frostbow. The spell is bound to the frostbow here, so yeah, frostbow. So let's do that. Let's check to see if it's the frostbow, and attack is range. So if the active weapon name is Frostbow and attack is range, we're going to add dice 1d6. Okay, that's Crimson King's Call. Now, she can cast it in her spells right here, and it's from the Frostbow. And she gets 1 per, I think, day. Is it dawn or day? Just a long rest. 1 per long rest. Do I have anything that tells me how to specify that? Doesn't look like it. What's happening here? Why did that happen? I almost think this should say long rest, like that. I feel like I should search through the code for a long rest. See if I'm remembering that right. I think that's going to be work. That's going to work. Okay, so Crimson King's Call, 1 per long rest. Next, that may be enough. Actually, let's save this and debug it. You like the tidal wave? Yeah, it's not bad. I reused it. It's from the show that Karen is doing with the ladies. They've got a rage. Here's what the rage looks like here. Jumped way up during that. Here, let's drop me down in this view. Yeah, that's the rage. And I thought, oh, well, for tidal wave. That's a pretty small tidal wave button, to be honest. But did I totally misread that? Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I love that. So I borrowed the tidal wave one, and I just did a color shift on it right here. Which if you combine it with the other spellcast effect, it looks pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so let's save these out and see if this is going to work. So we say download, comma separated. Throw out players. Do the same with the new spells. And step through this, see how this works. Here's the spells. Let's come in and run. Let's Spell description seems to be a small tidal wave. Okay, I see. Fair. Active weapon name, what? What's going on with active weapon name? Creature raising weapon. Huh. Yep. That's about the same code that we wrote before. Or is it that exact code? It's that code. That's the code we wrote before. Okay, look at this comment. I'm not liking this. I think was for test cases. We should set an active weapon property. Let's go look through this, see where active weapon name is everywhere. I'm really liking it more. Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of getting rid of this. Creature raising weapon. Player taking action. I want to kill it. We're not streaming it out, so we're not using it in TypeScript. I'm going to kill it there too. There's the creature raising weapon. Now, I have to build again to find it. I think I'll find it faster by build. Okay. Yeah, 48 bludgeoning is pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. Here we go. We're going to get rid of this whole check here. I'm just comment it out for now. We've got other ways of finding that. All right, start and run.
Marking.
Felix, we haven't seen Sterling today. What's happening here? The spells. Needs an int. 32. Anyone to bet it's on the one we just added? It's... I have the word cantrip here. I'm thinking it might be here. Is it level? It doesn't say what property it is, does it? Yeah, look at that. We're in Crimson King. It's one of these, isn't it? It says text, and I think it means it's empty text string. So let's go back and check out that data there. Somewhere in here we're expecting a number. Ammo count. Is it always going to be a 1 in there? Is that my problem? Ammo count? Might be ammo count. Let's go get the description for that. Okay, try one more time here. I think we're having problems with the word magic right here. I think we'll have a couple problems going in here, but let's see if this improves our read. Empty string ant. Kobe Salva. Good against the skeleton army. Oh,
Bucket.
we'll take it. Initialize player data. We're getting past it. Conversion cannot be performed. I want to know what. Trying to figure out what the. Which field is having problems with? Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not seeing what the problem is, so I don't have a great way to debug this, I think. Can I do this? Can I step into it? Wait, I don't even get that. I just feel like I just stepped into it and it all worked. Because we got the exception, I went back to the same line. I don't get that. Let me call initialize player data again. There we go. Type conversion cannot be applied, cannot be performed. Member type, type converter. Why can't you help me view details? Is there an inner exception maybe? No. Hoping for something, a clue. I feel like I'm gonna have to kind of black box my way out of this. Throw that there. Let's double check everything else. Everything else that's got a number above or below it. Nope, that's optional. That's optional. Optional, 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 That's all optional. All that's the only thing we changed was the very beginning piece. Let's see what ints we have out there in the spell DTO. Give us a clue in terms of what's going on with that. Ammo count. Well, we fixed that. That's only one. It had to have been ammo count. Okay, hold on. Did it just not get saved? I don't understand that. I think maybe it didn't get saved. Wait a second. I know what it is. If I don't shut down the app and restart it, the CSV library caches the old data, I'm pretty sure. I think we've seen that before. Let's try again. I'm hitting initialize player data. Yeah, that worked. No exceptions this time. Okay, Thomasina. One more thing we forgot to do. We need to give her she's got her longbow, but she doesn't have her frostbow. So we need to get her frostbow up here. So let's go find that. Players. Here's the weapons right here. Frost bow. Well, I think I want to do this actually. I wanted to find out like this bow and then do frostbow like that. So now she's got her named, and it's actually not bow, it's longbow. And there's her frostbow. And now I feel like we're getting closer to tying all those pieces together between the functionality, the D&D rule, the behavior that we need, and the weapons. All right, so that's saved. Let's reinitialize the player data. Okay.
Martin Thomasina.
There's the crossbow. Use the ammunition. Just a regular arrow for that. Roll the attack. Okay. Let's enter combat.
Dealing the damage.
Clear that. Enter combat. That stops the clock. Okay. Now, oh, we're not seeing her spell. Well, we actually are seeing it here. Right there. I was hoping to see a button for it. So let's execute the frostbow. And bring up the frostbow. Arrow. I don't see the extra damage. And I don't see... Let's roll the attack. See what happens. No. See what happens if we go bring up the page. What does it look like over here? Crimson's King's Call. So we're seeing that up there in the cantrip section. It's really kind of a magic section. We should probably figure that out. So it's all in its own. It's got the wand icon next to it. Let me okay. I guess I have a couple issues here. I think one is I want Crimson's King's Call to show up as an action that she can take. Her is this the case with
Merkin.
characters as well? I've got the Wand of Magic Detection here. Do I have a Detect Magic? I do. So why do I have it? Thomasina does not. Let's look at that. Detect Magic, 3 per dawn. Is it my 1 per long rest? Maybe not. Because if I turn it on and I give her exit combat, add a long rest, will this clear? It does not. Had a full day. Okay, so our once per long rest is not getting parsed in. So that may, let's go find that. Spells, shortcut, add from spell. That's what I need, a from spell call here. From spell in player action shortcut here. Set a breakpoint here, and let's initialize player data. Thomasina. What?
Bushwhacker. Thomasina.
My breakpoint not getting hit at all. Oh, it's the wrong from spell. Is that true? It's probably the wrong from spell. I think there's another one here. That's the one. All right, set breakpoint there. Initialize player data. Yeah, detect magic is a spell as well, right? Okay. Conditions. Spell dot name dot starts with Crim like that. Close and run. Now we're at the breakpoint. Spell name is Crimson King. That's it. Okay. Shortcut DTL. It's probably trying to find the part where we parse that string, the once per long rest problem, because it's not fixed. Keep dice roll type. This is magic. So we are creating a shortcut. Aren't we seeing it?
Merkin. Block.
There's no availability on it, right? Just get a spells. Yeah, any code, there's no code anywhere. Let's go find shortcut availability where we set that visibility.
Merkin Bushwhacker. Thomasina.
Do the same thing here. Shortcut. Panel dot shortcut dot name dot starts with crimson. Okay. Has any charges? Charges remaining. It says it's 0. Recharges at. I think this. Our problem is in the parsing of this. This is why we're not seeing it. Let's go see if we can find that. That's in my known spell. My spell DTO. No, it's not here. Hold on. It's my known spell. Let's come in here. Find the instantiations of this. 2 places. That's where I think I want to be. Set a breakpoint here. I think we're getting closer to figuring out part of this. Run. Select clear data. Okay. 0 seconds. Yeah, that's not right. So where's my recharges at built? Duration stir is what? I need the same breakpoint here. Okay. Let's figure it out. Okay. Thanks, Kobe Salpa. From duration string. I got a long rest right in there. So that should be good. Dang. So charge reset span is 8 hours. Duration string recharges at. Is the problem I'm not setting recharges at? No, that's the specific time. Charge reset span is right here. Hold on. So total charges is 1. That's all correct. So known spell name, spell name. Recharges at, that's a specific time, so that's like a midnight kind of thing. That's what's happening there. Total charges 1. Reset span is 8 hours. That looks good. Dang, it's not in this space. Sweet. Let's go back to the visibility check. We're down in here. Has any charges? So Thomasina. We're in Crimson, Frostbow. Do we have a total charges is 1? How is it not going down there? Hold on. Set next statement. Has any charges? Charges remaining. How do we get charges remaining to 0 though? All right. Rechargeables. What's going on with my rechargeables? Visualize player data again. Thomasine Cutterbuck. Has any charges? Charges remaining is big fat 0. So now we're calling set remaining charges on item. Add a day. Still not calling set remaining charges on item. Where's this call? Charges remaining. It's got for me Code Rush. Subtracting there. We've already got a breakpoint on that one. It's where we're parsing it. The breakpoint there. Here's our other assignment. Look who's here, kids. Jetsons. She's in the house. Okay, got some more breakpoints. Total charges, charging remaining. Charges remaining is 0 after assigning it a 1. That could be the problem. Let's go look at that. Set next statement. Let's go set a breakpoint inside here. What's going on in my setter? Is my player not assigned? Is that my problem? Player is null. That could be a problem. Yeah, look, there's player down there. Let's get the player up at the top here. Let's redo this. Okay, I'm just going to restart it. That looks better though. It looks like we got the breakpoint we didn't see before. Jetsam! At last, Jetsam is here to find the bug. I think we're working our way through. I hate it when it goes this slowly though. It's like, oh, come on! Yeah, I feel like I have a responsibility to viewers to find bugs quickly. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm going to clear that breakpoint. Whoa. What's our call stack? Add spell. Item name needs to give it a hit first as well. It looks like. Item name. Okay. Let's do this. Undo this move. There, but let's take charges remaining and put it down at the end. Requires both item name and player to be set. I'm a little worried about this because, you know, it's sequence dependent, order dependent kinds of things, you know, side effects that are occurring, which is generally cause for concern. A workaround would be to have a function that's called set item and player. I think something like that. Let's see what we got in the others. Let's drill in and see what we got. That's just a normal property. That's a normal one. Wait, double check it. Yeah. Recharges that. That one's normal. And spell name is normal. Yeah, so this is the charges remaining one that's a little bit tricky. Okay, let's run it. At least you can step through the code. At least I can step through the code.
Thomasina!
You look like the guy that was one of the best guests that was on my podcast. AdventuresInternet.net. Oh, one of the best guests. I'll take that. Well, you look like one of the best hosts I've ever seen, Mr. AdventuresIn.net. Deepwater's here. Are we at a breakpoint? Oh no. What's happening here? Old charges remaining. What's going on with old charges remaining? Hold on. Just using here and here. Looks like that's a mistake. It should be here. Like that.
Surely dead. He's in the house.
Hey, Surly Dev. How you doing, buddy? You're raiding. Steve. How you doing, buddy? Surly Dev was here all along. Steve Smith. Thanks for the raid, my friend. How was your stream? What'd you guys work on? How's everybody doing? We're bug hunting right now. I told myself at the beginning of the day, I said, I'm going to chill today and take it easy. I'm not going to be in a rush to write code. And now we're hunting bugs. Pretty much just had an architecture Q&A. Oh, that's cool. It's cool, yeah. I like Steve. He's very knowledgeable. And in general, I would describe the quality of his information as high and precise. I guess precise isn't necessarily a measure of quality, but he tends to be pretty precise in his choice of words, which I appreciate about you, Steve. Talking about my clean architecture solution template. To raid? Are they another of Pudding's sworn enemies? So I'm high and precise. Okay, high quality. I'm talking about quality, kids. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Yeah, Steve's a great resource, and so very, very cool. We're in the middle of hunting down a Dungeons and Dragons bug. Let me initialize player data again. I think I just made a change that's going to work. Got to hit continue. What's happening here? Just a breakpoint. That's all. Okay, cool. And I think we fixed like a bug. And there's any charges? Do we got anything here? Nope, still nothing coming back on the one we're looking for. Here. Dang, dang, dang. Let's see if I can undo the clearing of the breakpoint. Nope, it's not.
Working.
Charge me is 3. What's my conditions? Let's just clear the breakpoint. I've got no conditions on it now. What's my conditions here? Still no conditions. Okay, clear that breakpoint as well. Yeah, I'm trying to hunt down a bug, and I thought I was close, but doesn't look like it so much. I've got a wand of magic detection over here. It's for Dungeons and Dragons live stream, so basically we're building special effects for that live stream here on this show. And we're testing out CodeRush. We're dogfooding CodeRush, which is the dev tool I create. We're dogfooding that live as well. So that's kind of what we're doing. So over here I've got the wand of magic detection. I've got a detect magic spell showing somewhere in here. Do I see it? There it is right there. There's my detect magic spell. And checking to see if it's got any charges left. If it does, then it makes it visible. Okay. And that all works the way I'm expecting. When I cast the spell, I should see the charges being reduced. There they are right there. And there you see, well, actually you can't because it's blocked by detect magic. That's what I'm pointing out right there. That just came up because we used it once. So we've got that many charges in there. We cast the spell. Let's switch over to Thomasina. The problem is that Thomasina's got a spell that we're not seeing the shortcut for, and we're trying to figure out why. And it seems to be because their charges remaining seem to be low. That's what it seems to be. So if we come switch over,
Bushwhacker.
well, let me clear the breakpoint. We're going to switch back over, set the breakpoint, switch back over to Thomasina,
Thomasina.
and let's see what's going on. Crossbow, rechargeables. What do I got in there? The var name is spell slots 1. Yeah, so it's never ever added, which means set remaining charges on item is never called, which means charges remaining is never assigned to, although we've seen it assigned to here. I'm going to run it. I'm going to hide the scroll. Come back down here and let's initialize player data. And when we come in here, we want to see what the spell name is. So let's go set a condition here. Looking for Crimson. That's the name of the spell. Run it. There's the breakpoint right there. So total charges starts at 1. We go out of here and it's at 0. What the? All right, get back in here. The problem's got to be very close. I feel like I should be spotting it by now. Hold on. Set next statement. Go inside. Is player null? Is that my problem? Run it. Player is not null. Crossbow. Set remaining charges on item. How are we adding to rechargeables? How are we adding to it? Here. Call here to add rechargeable. Real Surly Bot boots up. Kobe's Alpha is asking, should the message mention that Merkin casts a spell from their wand? Yeah, I think it should. So, okay, there's one called a rechargeables add, but that's not any others. No, I'm not seeing them. Yeah, we've gone full circle. So what's happening here? Let's continue. Seems like we're not getting the add rechargeable called before here. That one swell bot. clear this for now. All right, real surly bot. It's pleasing to see you too. It's pleasing as a bot can be, that is. That's Surly Bot and Surly Dev, both flying, trying to get coins. Working their way down there. Okay, initialize player data again. I think I want to change this code. Is what I think I want to do. I think I want to add the rechargeable. I think it's not unreasonable to do that. So I think I want to do something like this. I want to say, hey, look, if rechargeable is null, then I want to say rechargeable is equal to what is it? Add rechargeable. Let's look at that. I think it actually. Oh no, it needs a display name, a variable name, and max value. Okay, so we say item name, var name, which we figured out already, and the value. We'll just pass the value in here as it. What's the cycle? Shoot, we don't know the cycle on this. All right, let's go back out of here. Let's jump out. Add rechargeable. We need to call add rechargeable. Here's my call stack. Here. Look at added rechargeable. Where's that called again? It's called locally there. Set time-based events. If it recharges. So here's the thing. Set time-based events. When is this called? Add the player. This is where the rechargeable is added. I do not have any rechargeables that that are like this yet. This is the first one. Every other one is recharging at a particular time of the day, which requires an alarm to go off. This is per long rest. So I feel like the code is looking like this down here. We get at this point we're going to say, hey, look, if known spell dot recharges at equals can I copy that value? No, I don't think that's going to work. If that's true, let's see what happens there. Because that means there's no time. Was that true, or does that mean it? Oh, where's my recharges at? 10 seconds 0 midnight. Yeah, that's not helpful. Hold on. I need the duration stir. Charge details. Reset span. So is it enough to ask if recharge it at? Is it midnight? I think it's not. I need the flexibility to be able to support that. So what that means is I've got to take my duration string, get it out of there, bring it up here, set it equal to string.empty here. And then see if it is so if this is equal to times 0, which I think is going to be midnight, is that going to give us a midnight or not? It's got everything is all 0. I think that's going to be true. And I'm going to use one of my extension methods on this. Has something. So if the known spell recharges at that and duration string has something, let's see if we can, we're going to kill the app here and come back and run it in again. If that's the case, then we need to add the rechargeable. And that's kind of what we need to do. Let's set a breakpoint here and run it. So we're ready to help out with the drone controls. You can do a direction, a letter, the first letter of a direction, like R for right, U for up, D for down. You can follow it with a seconds time right there, and then you can also do some other crazy tricks with it. If you get a meteor in your, if you can catch a meteor, which certainly will probably tell you all about and explain to you. So we're seconds after those directions. Yeah, that can work. Okay, we've got a breakpoint. Let's initialize player data. Here's our breakpoint. It's Crimson King's Call. Cool. Add rechargeable. The display name is going to be the spell name. I think. Is it the item name? No. It's going to be the item name. Whoops. That. Then the variable name. I think we had a var name piece right here, right? Get var name. To var name. That's what we want. To var name, passing in item name. The max value is going to be total charges. And the cycle is a string. That's going to be our duration string. Right? Or is it more than that? Do I need the 1 per on front of that? From duration string. I don't. Sweet. Okay. So add rechargeable. This could make it work. So now I've done that. Now the check is here. If this charges remaining is 0 after assigning it a 1, then that failed. But if it works, I'm kind of stepping into it now. Did not get it. The chargeable's one in here. Its display name, bar name is Frostbow. What's our Frostbow? Oh, only and if charges remaining is not equal to the value. Okay, so we're good actually, because it's still at 1. It looks like to me. Okay. Let's run it. Are we going to get a finally? Let's see. We'll look at it together. Click on there. We got it. Okay. There's our button. Not bad. Okay, so we got our button up there for Crimson King's Call. We have our Frostbow as well. We've got the Frostbow up. So the Frostbow normally should give us a +1 to our attack. Right now, if we do a longbow with the arrows, it gives us a 1d8 +2. The Frostbow should give us a +1 bonus automatically to that. Should give us a 1d8 +3. Oh, it's here on the modifier. Not on the damage though, I think. Is that right or no? Hold on. Let's go look at Thomasina's stuff here. +6 to hit, 1d8 +2. Wait. +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. It looks like this data is wrong. It should be a +7 and a 1d8 +3 when using this Frostbow. How's my data? Is my data good? I didn't add the data. So +1. That's what I need right there. And since it's magical and it's a Frostbow, I can give it a magical effect. Maybe about 200. Like that. That's the hue shift. Let's go download that. It's the time of the show when Shirley likes to stress out the GPU on my machine. Okay, so there's that. Let's initialize player data. I think we can finally get out of this. Can you hear the fan starting up? No. This is a decent computer without a loud fan in it. My last laptop, though, has a very loud fan in it right now. Okay, so did I initialize the player data? I don't remember if I did or not. Let's do it one more time just in case. Okay, challenge accepted. Dude, I've never heard the fan on this laptop. I'm sure it's here. It generates a lot of heat. I can feel it. Yeah, no, it's chilling right now. I don't even think you're stressing it right now. Let me see what my GPU is. My GPU is probably high. Yeah, no, my GPU is 100%. But my CPU is down here. I feel like I should just have this up all the time for you, so you can watch that. All right, Thomasina Cutterbuck.
Thomasina Cutterbuck.
Crossbow. Whoa, it dropped to a +5. But this went to +3, which is correct. I think what happened is archery, it lost archery. How did it lose archery? It lost the archery feature. What my theory is. I'm all over the place here looking for bugs on this. There it is, but look at the magic she's got. Cool. So the magic is working on there. This part is working. That should be a +7, not a +5. Roll the attack. You can probably see a +5 come out. And there's no cold damage yet on it. That's the GPU slowdown right there. That's making the dice roll slowly. Okay.
It's a hit.
Now let's try doing the Crimson King's Call. Cast the spell. Charges remaining, dropping. Run it. We lost the button. This is up here. What happens if I clear this? Will it come back? Nice. Comes back. Sweet. Cast it again. Goes away. Add a day. Add a long rest. Nice. And it's back again. Sweet. So that part is working the way it should. I like that. Let's do it again. Let's enter combat. Got some 20s. Okay. Okay. Crimson King's Call. We're going to cast it. Now, when we bring up the Frostbow for 1 minute, it should add an extra d6 damage to it. If our original code works. I'm just going to use a regular arrow. And I don't see the extra damage here. Roll the attack. Okay, so now we want to go into, let's debug that and figure out why.
That's a hit.
A hit. Okay. We're looking for player attacks. We're looking for this code, and we kind of want to figure out what's going on with that code right there. Okay, maybe I want to move this over here into prepares attack instead. I think I'm going to do it over here. Because if I do it over here, I'll see it before we actually roll it. Read it from there. Player prepares attack. Reinitialize the data. And that's where we should see it. We don't see it. Let's go find that on player prepares attack. Adventures.net asks, how can I get a copy of Code Rush? Let me tell you. Let me go over to my Twitch. And I'm going to send you a whisper right now on Twitch, adventuresin.net. As soon as it loads up. All right, then I'm going to send you a message, and that's going to tell you how to get to it, right there. All right, so look in your Twitch whisper. Okay, where was I? Player tax, where I was looking for, right? Wait, player prepares attack. That's where we wanted to be. I want the breakpoint right there. And what's it? Combat. Do that. King's Call. King's Call. Cast the spell. That's done. Now bring up the crossbow. Ice arrow. Why aren't we getting our breakpoint? Longbow. Arrow. Crossbow. Why aren't we getting that breakpoint? Trigger player prepares attack. Roll attack. We're never there.
And look at that damage!
There's a circular aspect to this I don't like. We're kind of going low level, going up to, or going across classes. The player reaches out to the game reaches back to the player. So I'm not liking that. One more time, Frostbow. What do we got? Creature prepares attack. It's not an active spell. It should totally be an active spell. All right, let's figure out why it's not an active spell. Clock is stopped, so it should totally be an active spell. Complete cast. I bet we don't hit it. If I do this, call cast spell. Do not hit it. Okay, we need to hit this for this to work. Why aren't we coming in here? Got a couple calling points to it here. Set breakpoints in each one. See if we get close to it. All right. So now let's see what's going on now. Let's come back in again, clear it. If we can get lucky. Nope. None of those get hit. Cast action spell is one of the ways in. Okay. Complete cast. Who calls this? Really roll dice. Ready roll dice. Sorry. So place that you call it. Okay. And roll the dice. Should call it. It's a simple spell, so there's no die roll associated with it. Maybe that's my problem. It's kind of it has that kind of special case to it. All right, one more time. Let's try to click it and see what do we get here. No breakpoint yet. No breakpoint at all. Okay. So complete cast is not being called. Roll the dice is not being called. Button, roll, dice, click. Get a breakpoint here. Clear, cast spell. We're at a point where we're saying no need to roll the dice. I think my bug is in here. That's where I need to call complete cast from. Cast spell now. Here. Casting with item, and I still think we need a complete cast right here. Oh, it's a dice roll. I'm playing with this line of code. You get down to here where we add the spell to the active spells right there. Time spell was cast, that's not right. Now that active spell is in there. Finish in 1 minute. Shoot, I should have stepped down into here. Let's see it. Do one more time. See if we can find, step down in there. I want to see it. Run. Here's where I want to be. I want to see if we get in here. Okay, good. This is going to set up an alarm that fires after it's done. Good. Okay, now frostbow. Trigger player prepares attack. Good, run it. Okay, so we're at least now in the preparing attack part, which is where I want to be. Didn't work the way I wanted it to, but we're going to next at least be able to step into it now. Crossbow again. Okay, what's my, there it is right there. So get active weapon name is equal to frostbow, and attack is range. So that's kind of what we're looking for right there. So let's go grab our get function and set a breakpoint inside here for the evaluation. Run it. Here come the args. The args should be the active weapon name. So step through this. This is just going to use some reflection. Try to find it. There it is right there. It's longbow. Active weapon name is coming back with longbow. It should not. I'm going to create a new local for this. Let's drill into this. Why is that coming back with longbow? Doesn't make sense to me. Let's restart. I'm still doing my show, but as soon as I'm done, I can, absolutely.
Bushwhacker Hamzina.
Got some builders that's indicating the file's locked. I'm going to shut down Visual Studio and restart it. Use the restart. Start. Got the dice up on the screen. Calling initialize player data.
Looking for tracker.
Okay. Enter combat. Clear the dice. Execute the Crimson King's Call. Cast the spell. What's happening with player in here? Okay, let's call staff. No problem, it's null right here. I think that's, I feel like my call settings are telling me where it's coming from. There we go. There's null. Okay, right there. That's got to improve the situation right there. Sorry about all that being blocked. So I can get rid of that. Initialize player data. Enter combat. Cast the King's Call. Then we got a non-null one going in. Next, go to Frostbow. 20. Okay, this is better. Get active weapon name. Get a character. Got our breakpoint right in there. Let's keep running it. Cool. Why is the name Longbow? It should be Frostbow. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I've got this logic backwards here. So the readied weapon is there, then we're going to return that. Otherwise, we're going to get the weapon name. That's it. The comment's correct, the code is wrong. So, let's try again. Crossbow. Now we can maybe find it. Okay, so I think piece 1 worked. Let's try it again. Let's bring it up again. I have my breakpoint still there. Got it here. Let's go to the get function. So the breakpoint there. Run. We should get down about here, I think. This is a property, as I recall. There it is. So Frostbow is there. So basically just getting the Frostbow coming back. Okay. So essentially let's see, let's get a pen here. What's my value? Crossbow, okay. We just got the first part of it. The second part is attack is range. Attack is range is a property right there. And attack is range is going to be evaluated by, I think, our D&D property piece. So when we get to get value, let's get a breakpoint here if I run it. Attack is range, good. Boom, boom, boom. Click to evaluate value, true. Okay, so we know that, where are you? Spells. Yeah. We know that these 2 lines of code are correct, so now we should be finding ourselves into add dice. So let's go set a breakpoint and add dice function. Right there. Run. We're here. Well, okay. I don't understand why we're not adding the dice. Add dice right here to the player. What's going on here? Additional dice. We've already got one because we've added it once before. Now we got 2 of them here. Additional dice, this roll. So the additional dice this roll are being added, but we're not seeing them. I'm just tabbing through these references. Let's run it and close this down. Sorry, let's delete all our breakpoints. And let's roll the attack. Do we see the extra dice? We do. Only 1 this time though, even though we saw 2 in the list.
And look at the damage!
Clock has stopped, so for essentially another minute, this should work like this. Doing the longbow, arrow, roll the attack, just normal. 1d8 plus 2.
That's a hit.
Crossbow, normal arrow. Ooh, and we got a plus 7 here. That's what we were expecting. We didn't have that before. Somehow we fixed that bug. That's crazy. Roll the attack on it. Do we get the extra cross damage because we're still crimson? Let's run it. Yeah. The other thing that's kind of interesting is right here. It's showing us crossbow 101. It's not showing us though that crimson, the King Crimson's, what is it called again? King Crimson's call is still active. It's not showing us that. Crossbow. Let's exit combat. Let's do one more attack roll with the crossbow. And this should still have good. Then I'm going to add a minute to the clock and do it again with the frost bow. And we should see...
delivering a world of hurt.
We should see... nothing. Let's go back to the frost bow, actually. Regular arrow. Add a minute. Hold on. Now the frost bow. And now roll the attack. Should be without the die and extra die. It's got the die! Why is that? It should not have the die. Oh, now it doesn't have it.
Hit!
Gotta look into that. Cast the spell. Bring up the crossbow. Regular arrow. Now it's at +5 though, so maybe we didn't fix it. Roll the attack. Yeah, looks like we didn't fix it.
Look at all that damage.
Add a minute. Bring up the crossbow again. Roll. Get the arrow. Okay, now that part seems to be working. The dice, we're removing that extra 1d6.
And there's going to be some damage.
All right, so it needs some work. Not entirely done, but still not a bad day. We'll see you next. I'm going to set up to rate a channel. We will be back next Tuesday, doing much of the same. I'm going to send you to Carthio. Brian, starting the raid over there. Brian, I said hi. Thanks for hanging out. Surly, everybody else, say hi to Brian. See you on Tuesday.